The three angles of a triangle are in the ratio 3 to 4 to 5. What is the difference between the largest angle and the smallest angle? Try to work it out. Let's solve it together. The angles are in the ratio 3 to 4 to 5. First, add the ratio parts. 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. Since the angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees, divide 180 by 12. That gives 15 degrees for one part. Now, multiply each ratio by 15. That is 3 multiplied by 15 equals 45 degrees, 4 multiplied by 15 equals 60, then 5 multiplied by 15 equals 75 degrees. Now, the smallest angle is 45 degrees and the largest angle is 75 degrees. Finally, subtract the smallest angle from the largest. 75 minus 45 equals 30 degrees. Well done if you got it right. Let's move on to the next challenge. A carpenter completes 3/5 of a project in 12 days. If he continues working at the same rate, how many more days will it take him to finish the project? See if you can figure this out. Let's solve it together. The carpenter has completed 3/5 of the project. That means the remaining work is 2/5. Now, we're told that 3/5 took 12 days. To find 1/5, divide 12 days by 3, because 3 equal parts make up 3/5. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So 1/5 takes 4 days. The remaining work is 2/5, so multiply. 2 times 4 equals 8. So the carpenter needs 8 more days to finish the project. Nice work if you got it. Let's keep the challenge going. Here is another challenge. Solve for x if 27 raised to the power of 1 minus x equals 3. Pause the video and work this out before the answer is revealed. Your time is up. Now let's work it out together. First, write 27 as a power of 3. Since 27 is equal to 3 raised to the power of 3, we can rewrite the equation as 3 raised to the power of 3, all raised to the power of 1 minus x, equals 3 raised to the power of 1. Now use the law of indices. When a power is raised to another power, multiply the exponents. So we get 3 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by open bracket 1 minus x close bracket equal to 3 raised to the power of 1. Since both sides have the same base, equate the exponents. So 3 multiplied by open bracket 1 minus x close bracket equals 1. Now expand the bracket. 3 minus 3x equals 1. Subtract 3 from both sides. Negative 3x equals negative 2. Now divide both sides by negative 3. So x equals 2 over 3. Excellent if you got it right. Let's move on to the next challenge. Find the next number in the pattern. 2, 6, 18, 54, 162. What number comes next? Can you spot the pattern? Let's solve it together. Look carefully at the pattern. From 2 to 6, we multiply by 3. From 6 to 18, we multiply by 3 again. From 18 to 54, we still multiply by 3. And from 54 to 162, we multiply by 3 once more. So to find the next number, multiply 162 by 3. That gives us 486. Great job if you got it right. Let's move on to the next challenge. Given that a equals 9 and b equals negative 4, evaluate open bracket 2b plus a, close bracket, multiplied by open bracket b plus 2a, close bracket. Take a moment and see if you can crack it. Let's solve it together. We're given that a equals 9 and b equals negative 4. Start by replacing a and b with their values. So the expression becomes, open bracket, 2 multiplied by negative 4 plus 9, close bracket, multiplied by, open bracket, negative 4 plus 2 multiplied by 9, close bracket. Now simplify each bracket. In the first bracket, 2 multiplied by -4 is -8. -8 plus 9 equals 1. In the second bracket, 2 multiplied by 9 is 18. -4 plus 18 equals 14. Now multiply the two brackets. 1 multiplied by 14 equals 14. That's the answer. Did yours match? Let's see if you can conquer the next challenge. Two square fields have side lengths of 8 centimeters and 15 centimeters. If their areas are added together to form one larger square, what will be the side length of the larger square? See if you can figure it out before the answer is revealed. Let's solve it together. First, find the area of each square. The first square has a side length of 8 centimeters, so its area is 8 squared, which is 64 square centimeters. The second square has a side length of 15 centimeters. Its area is 15 squared, which is 225 square centimeters. Now add the two areas together. 64 plus 225 equals 289 square centimeters. The larger shape is also a square, so we need to find the square root of 289. The square root of 289 is 17, so the side length of the larger square is 17 centimeters. Fantastic work if you got it! Let's jump into the next challenge. Each interior angle of a regular polygon is 5 times its exterior angle. How many sides does the polygon have? Take your best shot. You can solve it. Let's solve it together. Let the exterior angle be x. Since the interior angle is 5 times the exterior angle, the interior angle is 5x. Remember, an interior angle and its exterior angle add up to 180 degrees. So we write 5x plus x equals 180. That gives us 6x equals 180. Now divide both sides by 6, so x equals 30 degrees. The exterior angle is 30 degrees. To find the number of sides of a regular polygon, divide 360 degrees by the exterior angle. So 360 divided by 30 equals 12. So the polygon has 12 sides. Brilliant thinking if you got it right. Another challenge down. A cube and a rectangular prism have the same base area. The cube has a volume of 64 cubic centimeters, while the rectangular prism has a volume of 96 cubic centimeters. What is the height of the rectangular prism? Think it through. You've got this. Let's solve it together. First, find the side length of the cube. The volume of a cube is the side multiplied by itself 3 times. Since the volume is 64 cubic centimeters, the side length is 4 centimeters. Now find the base area of the cube. 4 multiplied by 4 equals 16 square centimeters. The question tells us that the rectangular prism has the same base area, so its base area is also 16 square centimeters. Next, use the volume formula. Volume equals base area multiplied by height. So we have 96 equals 16 multiplied by h. Now divide both sides by 16. 96 divided by 16 equals 6. So the height of the rectangular prism is 6 centimeters. Excellent work! You're getting stronger with every question. Let's take on the next one. Find the missing number in the pattern below. First row, 8, 5, 13. Second row, 6, 7, 13. Third row, 9, what number? 15. Can you figure out the missing number? Let's solve it together. Look at the first row. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Now check the second row. 6 plus 7 also equals 13. So the pattern is simple. The first two numbers add up to give the third number. Now apply the same rule to the last row. 9 plus what number equals 15? Subtract 9 from 15? That gives us 6. So the missing number is 6. Nice work if you spotted the pattern. Ready for the next brain teaser?
Solve the equation 3x squared equals 8x plus 3. See if you can solve it before the answer appears. Let's solve it together. First, move 8x and 3 to the left-hand side of the equation. This gives us 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 equals 0. Now factorize the expression. It becomes open bracket 3x plus 1, close bracket, multiplied by open bracket x minus 3, close bracket, equals 0. Next, let each bracket equal 0. From the first bracket, 3x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1 from both sides. 3x equals negative 1. Divide both sides by 3, so x equals negative 1 over 3. Now look at the second bracket. X minus 3 equals 0. Add 3 to both sides, so x equals 3. Therefore, the two possible values of x are 3 and negative 1 over 3. Another one solved. Keep your confidence high because the next challenge is waiting.
A pyramid has a rectangular base measuring 10 meters by 6 meters. If its vertical height is 15 meters, what is the volume of the pyramid? Pause if you need a little more time to think. Let's solve it together. First, remember the formula for the volume of a pyramid. It is 1/3 multiplied by the base area multiplied by the height. Now find the base area. The base is a rectangle measuring 10 meters by 6 meters. So the base area is 10 multiplied by 6, which equals 60 square meters. Next, substitute the values into the formula. 1/3 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 15. Now divide 60 by 3 to get 20. Finally, multiply 20 by 15. That gives 300 cubic meters. So the volume of the pyramid is 300 cubic meters. Well done if you arrived at the correct answer. Only a few more to go. Mary is 5 years older than her brother. Together, their ages add up to 25 years. How old is Mary? Think carefully before the answer appears. Let's solve it together. Let the brother's age be y years. Since Mary is 5 years older, her age is y plus 5. The question says that together, their ages add up to 25 years. So we write y plus open bracket y plus 5 close bracket equals 25. Now simplify the equation. 2y plus 5 equals 25. Subtract 5 from both sides. 2y equals 20. Now divide both sides by 2. So y equals 10. Remember, y is the brother's age. Mary is 5 years older, so her age is 10 plus 5 equals 15. So Mary is 15 years old. Excellent work! You're getting closer to the finish line. A box contains 8 red balls and 12 blue balls. If one ball is picked at random, what is the probability of selecting a red ball, expressed as a percentage? Can you work it out before the answer is revealed? Let's solve it together. First, find the total number of balls in the box. 8 plus 12 equals 20. There are 8 red balls, so the probability of picking a red ball is 8 over 20. Now simplify the fraction. Now 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. 20 divided by 4 gives 5. So 8 over 20 becomes 2 over 5. To express the answer as a percentage, multiply 2 over 5 by 100%. 2 over 5 multiplied by 100% equals 40%. So the probability of selecting a red ball is 40%. Great thinking. Only 2 more questions to go. Let's finish strong. Simplify the expression. 5 raised to the power of 4 divided by 5 raised to the power of 2. See if you can simplify this. It's an easy challenge. Let's solve it together. We'll use the law of indices for division. When dividing powers with the same base, keep the base and subtract the exponents. Now, apply that rule. 5 raised to the power of 4 divided by 5 raised to the power of 2 becomes 5 raised to the power of 4 minus 2. Now, subtract the exponents. 4 minus 2 equals 2. So we have 5 raised to the power of 2. Finally, 5 squared equals 25. So the simplified value is 25. Well done! Every correct answer is making you a stronger mathematician. One last challenge to go. Question. The numbers below are arranged in ascending order. 5, 7, 9, y, 15, 18, 21. If the median is 12, what is the value of y? This is your final challenge. Can you get it right? Let's solve our bonus question together. The numbers are already arranged in ascending order, from the smallest to the largest. There are 7 numbers in the list. When there are 7 numbers, the middle number is the median, which is the 4th number. In this question, the 4th number is y. The question tells us that the median is 12, so y is equal to 12. Easy, right? Congratulations on making it all the way to the last question. If you got it right, you deserve a big thumbs up. See you in the next challenge.
A trader bought a laptop for 240,000 naira and later sold it for 204,000 naira. What was the percentage loss on the sale? Can you work this out? Let's see how to solve this challenge. The laptop was bought for 240,000 naira, but later sold for 204,000 naira. Since the selling price is lower than the buying price, we know there was a loss. To find the amount lost, we subtract the selling price from the cost price. 240,000 minus 204,000 gives us a loss of 36,000 naira. Now, to find the percentage loss, we compare the loss with the original price of the laptop, which is the cost price. So we divide 36,000 by 240,000 and multiply by 100. This gives us 15%. Nice work if your answer matched. Let's move on to the next challenge. A notebook costs 3 times as much as a pen. If 5 notebooks and 4 pens cost 418 naira altogether, how much does 1 notebook cost? Pause the video and see if you can solve this challenge. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The question tells us that a notebook costs 3 times as much as a pen. Since we don't know the price of a pen, let's represent it with a variable. Let the cost of 1 pen be X naira. This means 1 notebook will cost 3X naira. We are told that 5 notebooks and 4 pens cost 418 naira altogether, so we add their total costs. 5 notebooks will cost 5 times 3x, which is 15x, and 4 pens will cost 4x. Together, we have 15x plus 4x equals 418. This gives us 19x equals 418. Dividing both sides by 19, we get x equals 22. So 1 pen costs 22 naira. Remember, a notebook costs 3 times the price of a pen, so we multiply 22 by 3. The cost of 1 notebook is 66 naira. Nice work if your answer matched. Let's move on to the next challenge. The average score of 12 contestants in a mathematics competition is 76 marks. If one contestant scored 87 marks, what is the average score of the remaining contestants? Try to work this out before the answer is revealed. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The average score tells us the total score divided by the number of contestants. So our first step is to find the total score of all 12 contestants. We multiply 12 by 76, which gives us a total score of 912 marks. However, one contestant scored 87 marks, and we need to find the average score of the remaining contestants. So we remove that score from the total. 912 minus 87 gives us 825 marks for the remaining contestants. Now, there are 11 contestants left because one contestant has been removed. So we divide 825 by 11, which gives us 75. Therefore, the average score of the remaining contestants is 75 marks. Nice work if you got the same answer. Let's move on to the next challenge. 4 workers can paint a fence in 15 days. If all the workers paint at the same rate, how many days will it take 10 workers to paint the same fence? Try to work this out before the answer is revealed. Let's work it out together. This is a work rate problem. When more workers are available, the number of days needed becomes fewer. That means workers and days are inversely related. For the same amount of work, the product of the number of workers and the number of days stays the same. So we multiply 4 workers by 15 days, then set it equal to 10 workers multiplied by the unknown number of days. This gives us 4 times 15 equals 10 times D. 4 times 15 is 60, so we have 60 equals 10D. Now divide both sides by 10, giving us D equals 6. So 10 workers will complete the job in 6 days. Nice work if your answer matched. Let's move on to the next challenge. A circular track has an arc that subtends an angle of 75 degrees at the center. If the diameter of the track is 7 centimeters, calculate the length of the arc. Take pi as 3.142. Pause the video if you have to. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The formula for finding the length of an arc is the angle over 360, multiplied by the circumference of the circle. The diameter is 7 centimeters, so the radius is half of that, which is 3.5 centimeters. Now substitute the values into the formula. Notice that we use 75 over 360 because the arc covers only 75 degrees of the full circle. A complete circle is 360 degrees, so we're finding just that fraction of the entire circumference. Now, multiply the remaining values. This gives an arc length of approximately 4.58 centimeters. Excellent job if you got the right answer. Let's move on to the next challenge. 3 classes took part in a mathematics competition. Class A has 20 students with an average score of 68 marks. Class B has 16 students with an average score of 75 marks. And Class C has 14 students with an average score of 80 marks. What is the average score of all the students combined? Let's solve this together. A common mistake here is to add the 3 averages together and divide by 3. That won't give the correct answer because the classes do not all have the same number of students. Instead, we first find the total score for each class by multiplying the average score by the number of students. Class A has a total score of 1,360 marks. Class B has 1,200 marks, and Class C has 1,120 marks. Now add these together to get a total score of 3,680 marks. Next, add the number of students. 20 plus 16 plus 14 gives us 50 students altogether. Finally, divide the total score by the total number of students. 3,680 divided by 50 equals 73.6. So the average score of all the students combined is 73.6 marks. Nice work if your answer matched. Let's move on to the next challenge. 3 friends shared a basket of oranges in the ratio 3 to 5 to 8. If the smallest share was 45 oranges, how many oranges were in the basket altogether? See if you can figure this one out before the solution. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The ratio is 3 to 5 to 8.
and we're told that the smallest share is 45 oranges. Notice that the smallest share corresponds to the 3 parts in the ratio. That means 3 parts are equal to 45 oranges. Before we can find the total, we need to know the value of 1 part. So we divide 45 by 3, which gives us 15. Now each part is worth 15 oranges. Next, add all the parts in the ratio. 3 plus 5 plus 8 equals 16 parts. Finally, multiply the total number of parts by the value of 1 part. 16 times 15 equals 240 oranges. Well done if you got that one. Let's keep the momentum going. Given the universal set U equals 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, x equals 16, 19, 20, and y equals 14, 15, 18, find x complement intersection y complement. Have a go at this one before the solution is revealed. Let's see how to solve this challenge. Remember, the complement of a set contains all the elements in the universal set that are not in that set. Let's start with x. Remove 16, 19, and 20 from the universal set. The remaining elements are 14, 15, 17, and 18. So x complement is 14, 15, 17, 18. Now let's find y complement. Remove 14, 15, and 18 from the universal set. The remaining elements are 16, 17, 19, and 20. Finally, we find the intersection. The intersection means the elements that appear in both sets. The only number common to both x complement and y complement is 17. So the answer is 17. Excellent if you got that right. Ready for the next challenge? From the top of a watchtower, the angle of depression to a bird perched on a tree is 68 degrees. The tree is 20 meters from the base of the watchtower, and the bird is 4.5 meters above the ground. Calculate the height of the watchtower, correct to the nearest meter. Pause the video and see if you can solve this challenge. Let's work it out together. First, don't let the words angle of depression confuse you. The angle of depression is equal to the angle of elevation, so we can use 68 degrees in our right-angled triangle. The horizontal distance between the watchtower and the tree is 20 meters. The bird is 4.5 meters above the ground, so we'll remember to add that height at the end. Since we know the angle and the adjacent side, we use the tangent ratio. We write tan 68 degrees equals h minus 4.5 divided by 20. Using a calculator, tan 68 degrees is approximately 2.475. So we replace tan 68 degrees with 2.475. Now cross multiply. 2.475 multiplied by 20 gives us 49.5. So h minus 4.5 equals 49.5. Next, add 4.5 to both sides of the equation. 49.5 plus 4.5 equals 54. Therefore, the height of the watchtower is 54 meters. Well done if that was your answer. Let's continue. A quantity t varies inversely as the cube of another quantity s. If t equals 24 when s equals 3, find the value of t when s equals 2. Can you figure this one out before the answer is revealed? Let's see how to solve this together. The phrase varies inversely as the cube tells us to use the inverse variation formula. That formula is t equals k divided by s cubed, where k is called the constant of variation. We don't know the value of k yet, so we use the information given in the question to find it. Substitute t equals 24 and s equals 3 into the formula. Since 3 cubed is 27, we have 24 equals k divided by 27. Now cross multiply. 24 multiplied by 27 equals 648, so k equals 648. Next, we use the same formula again, but this time s equals 2. Substitute k equals 648 and 2 cubed equals 8. Finally, divide 648 by 8, which gives us 81. So the value of t when s equals 2 is 81. Great job if you got it right. On to the next challenge.
A number is selected at random from the integers 5 to 30 inclusive. What is the probability that the selected number is a multiple of 3? Take a moment and work this one out.
Let's see how to solve this challenge. Probability is the number of favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. First, let's find the total number of integers from 5 to 30. Since the question says inclusive, we count both 5 and 30. That's why we use the formula last number minus first number plus 1. So 30 minus 5 plus 1 gives us 26 numbers altogether. Next, we list all the multiples of 3 between 5 and 30. They are 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. That gives us 9 favorable outcomes. Finally, probability equals favorable outcomes over total outcomes. So the probability is 9 over 26. Excellent if you got that one. Let's see what's next. Two parallel chords of a circle are 46 centimeters and 40 centimeters long respectively. If the radius of the circle is 25 centimeters and the center lies between the two chords, calculate the distance between the chords. See if you can crack this challenge. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The center of the circle lies between the two chords, so we'll first find the distance from the center to each chord. Remember that a line drawn from the center of a circle to a chord cuts the chord into 2 equal halves. So half of 46 centimeters is 23 centimeters, and half of 40 centimeters is 20 centimeters. Now we have 2 right-angled triangles. We use Pythagoras' theorem to find the perpendicular distance from the center to each chord. For the first chord, substitute the values into the formula and we'll get approximately 9.8 centimeters. For the second chord, the distance from the center is 15 centimeters. Since the center lies between the two chords, we add these two distances together. 9.8 plus 15 gives approximately 24.8 centimeters, which rounds to 25 centimeters. Great effort if you got that right. Let's tackle another challenge. If sine theta equals 3 over 5 and theta is an acute angle, find the value of cosine theta. Have a go at this one before the solution. Let's see how to solve this challenge. The question tells us that sine theta is 3 over 5. Remember that sine is equal to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So the opposite side is 3 and the hypotenuse is 5. We don't know the adjacent side yet, so we'll use Pythagoras' theorem to find it. Square the hypotenuse and subtract the square of the opposite side. 5 squared is 25, and 3 squared is 9. 25 minus 9 equals 16. Now find the square root of 16, which is 4. So the adjacent side is 4. Next, remember that cosine is the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Substitute the values. Cosine theta equals 4 over 5. If you arrived at 4 over 5, well done. Let's move on to the next challenge. Convert the binary number 110101 base 2 to its equivalent in base 10. Pause the video and see if you can solve this one. Let's see how to solve this challenge. To convert a binary number to base 10, we first write the place values of each digit. Starting from the right, the place values are 2 raised to the power of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. Now, multiply each binary digit by its corresponding place value. 1 times 32 is 32. 1 times 16 is 16. 0 times 8 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. 0 times 2 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. Finally, add the results together. 32 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1 equals 53. So the binary number 110101 is equal to 53 in base 10. Let's move on to the final challenge.
A father is 4 times as old as his son. In 12 years' time, the father will be twice as old as his son. How old is the son now? Think it through, make sure to understand the question, and see if you can find the answer. Let's see how to solve this challenge. Since we don't know the son's age, let's call it x. The father is 4 times as old, so his present age is 4x. In 12 years' time, the son will be x plus 12 years old. The father will also be 12 years older, so his age will be 4x plus 12. The question tells us that at that time, the father will be twice as old as his son. So we write the equation. 4x plus 12 equals 2 multiplied by open bracket x plus 12 close bracket. Next, expand the bracket. 2 multiplied by x plus 12 gives 2x plus 24. Now collect like terms. Move the x terms to one side and the numbers to the other. 4x minus 2x equals 24 minus 12. That gives 2x equals 12. Finally, divide both sides by 2. X equals 6. So the son is 6 years old now. Fantastic work completing today's challenge. See you in the next one.